Uh, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in our Hallyujuku talk segment. We haven't done one of these in a while, but we thought this one was worth. What we're talking about was worth it to bring back to the segment. And we're going to be talking about a really cool variety show, really cool, survival reality program that caught both our attentions. I think that has been on our periphery, but I think both of us finally got a chance to really check it out. And now there's 4 episodes out, and it's kind of gotten into, we've gotten into the swing of things, and we just couldn't help ourselves. We just really want to talk about it. And it's these project by Mnet and K.Will and Starship Planet. It's available on the K channel. I believe it airs on television on Mnet. Yeah, it airs on television on Mnet, and it's very focused around Starship. It's kind of Starships give me the money, or Starships Who Is Next, YG had Who Is Next, Starship has No.Mercy, where they have 12 trainees who kind of are at a crossroads, at least they present it as such, and really eager to finally debut. Some of them have been around and training in other companies and have been around for years, watched other people debut ahead of them, and get interviewed on this show in very contrived meetings with established acts, which we'll get to. But it's 12 people at a crossroads in this competition, ranked right off the get-go from 1 to 12, and it's either it's make or break time. At least it's.
I remember seeing that this show was going to premiere and kind of being excited about it, because for me it's coming off the heels of having watched Show Me the Money, in a sense. Like, I know Show Me the Money was kind of a little while ago at this point, but it's kind of coming off the heels of that for me. And I was just kind of excited to kind of see people kind of battle, and stuff. And I knew there was going to be rappers. So, if there's rappers, Kaz is excited. And then I started watching it. And like you said, they have these really weird slices of like, let's talk about your past by putting you with people that you already know, or just talk about how long you've been training and just haven't gotten that shot yet, which is the parts that get me. The parts where people are like, I've been training for 2 years, been training for 3 years, got passed up, or I was just too young, or this, that, and the other,
Like Shonu, one of the people we talk about, his like had the most interesting, especially in episode 1, where he talked about his past in JYP. And seeing like people listing off the people that he trained with and was like the senior, like, Hyorin and like, Got7 and like Miss A and like, and I watched all these people when they're training and they all debuted ahead of me. And he goes and has like a very spontaneous dinner with Got7.
Right. Because he also talks about, even in himself, that he was kind of cocky. He thought he was ahead of everybody and clashes. And he even does that here. Like, he clashes with people because he is really good at what he does, right? Which is, he's a really good dancer. He can perform. He's a good on-stage person. But trying to meld with other people, you can see that clash. He just is like, he's always, he kind of has that mindset of somebody who knows how to do it and can't figure out why anybody else can't.
Yeah. Like, it's interesting. Like, they have like moments, what's interesting, I definitely got this vibe of this being a little bit more like a reality show, and a more of a westernized reality show rather than a variety show. Even though they do have the Docs batch on their YouTube channel, which is fun. They have kind of those moments like when he's hanging out with them as he's walking down the street with Got7, and they're getting photographed by the fans, and then he sees them off, and they all walk forward with all the fans following them, and you see Shanu standing there lonely and sad.
Right. And also, this is Korea. Ain't nobody gonna let no pop stars, no matter who they are, walk down the streets by themselves.
No.
So there was somebody directing this, like, okay, girls, now you can go and like follow behind them, like, like,
Yeah.
So that part is kind of silly, but all the other parts are really, really good. I love the like basically in the first episode, it's an introduction to who the people are. Second episode, you see them perform. Like right then and there, you see them perform individual performances to kind of see all their styles, and I loved that. I loved that that's what it was, and I want it to continue to be that all the way through. It's just you see them at their styles, you see if they get better, you see if they get worse, what it is, like that's what you want. That little bit of personality, but you want it to be musically inclined. And I just thought that was one of the really good things.
Yeah, and they did it really well. Like they established kind of the story of it really well, and like things like the contrast between the monthly evaluation thing and how everybody was ranked there, and then going through and like how the standings were reversed by the individual performances, how some people stepped up. Like the dude that was number 12 stepped up and just like blew everybody away. But the dude at number 11 was like, "The hell are you doing?" Like, it was fascinating. And the individual performances were good. And like you talked about this performance that we're showing with I forget his name. Oh, Ki-hyun. Ki-hyun. Ki-hyun, who was at number 8 coming into this, coming into 8 from the monthly evaluation that started out the show. Oof, sorry, I'm burping. And coming in at number 8, which is kind of not the bottom spot, but kind of a low spot, could go either way. Felt like he needed to step up. And he comes in and he blows everybody away with his performance.
Yes, he did. He picked this ballad song, which me and you were trying to figure it out because it has like kind of a Spanish tone to it, and it's musical composition, but it sounds also very OST. But holy shit, did he pick the perfect song to show his range? Yeah. Because at first I thought he was kind of stiff. In a sense, like, cause he's just kind of standing there. But then as you like listen to the words and then see the words and then listen to what's going on, you understand it's a very emotionally pouring song, and you realize it has this pickup. And when it hits the pickup, oh my God, did he blow everyone out of the water? Like, you sank my battleship.
The build up and the kind of tensing of the emotion as you kind of build up the song, and like it was so well done, and he just kind of like he got you, like he's just like I have your heart and now I will squeeze it to my enjoyment. I will squeeze and squeeze until your tears come out. And it was so well done. Like one of the defining differences, and it's one of the things that Brett has mentioned. I don't know if he's mentioned on Record Breakers, but I know he's mentioned in conversation. But the difference between good singers and vocal gymnasts, and the fact that music is not a sport, it's an art form. And just because just because you can sit in a lot of notes, Mariah Carey, doesn't mean you're an emotionally qualified and good quality singer, because it's about the feeling of a song, not your vocal range. So it's like, but he has that vocal range, and he can nail the kind of the emotion and feeling of a song. He can give you that feel. And then that's why he was put in number 4. Shonu impressed on his individual performance. And he was put up at number 1, I believe. Yeah, at this point he was number 1, Shonu, for him because of his individual performances. And number 2, no, wait.
No, Shono was number 2. The rapper Junhoon was after the
he was number 1. He went down to number 2.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And then like but and then they all pretty much had their different performances. Some impressed, some kind of faltered even more. Some kind of had wake up calls as to kind of their weaknesses. K.Will K.Will is really cool. Like, for somebody who's like fulfilling that role of being the Simon Cowell that every show like this has to be. He does it in the right level. Like, he doesn't just exist to be curmudgeon-y and an asshole. He exists to be the one that says, "The fuck you're doing? The fuck you doing?" Like, somebody needs and somebody needs to be that guy. The guy that goes, like, I'm not even gonna bother with you. Like, the fuck you doing? Like, just stop it.
Just stop. Just stop.
Just stop.
You're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting the people who are here in the film's time. Like, you know how to do better, and you could do it. And he said that to people already. He's already been like, is that what you thought was cool? Like, you had a week. Like, when Kyohan and Juan had to perform together. In episode 4, when they had to do.
They had to do individual, and then they had to work together. And going back to Shanu's, like, his strengths and weaknesses, they had to, for their second mission, they got their rankings. Juhan impressed enough to move up to number 1. Sharp gun, or as kind of you read the Korean. God damn it. Also, there's a moment where one dude gets in the shower with another dude. And and it came up while I was just there, and it's in front of me, and I can't not talk about it because they talk about that bromance. And this plays into the kind of the bromance of these two, because they actually did a competition. So the second mission, the first mission was to kind of present us 3 minutes of what you got, and we'll rank you from there. And then they had that. The second mission, which is right now they're in the middle of airing. The second mission was, all right, pair up. We're going to pair you up, 2 people. You're going to work together to create a performance, but one of you will win and one of you will lose. The winner has a chance to do a song, whether, if they're a rapper, do a song with Sunny and Hyorin. If they're a vocalist, do a song with Soyu and what's it, Giddy Boy? Giddy Boy. Which I would if I was one of the rappers, I'd be like, "Hey, I've been thinking about doing vocals lately." I'm like, I love Hyorin, but I'm like, so he's kind of a moneymaker.
Right, because I think it's the vocalist who gets to work with Soyu.
Yeah, like if you're a rapper, it's like, hey, you start coming up with your ballad like real quick.
But I think I think if you have to think in that sense, right? This is how your mind goes, right? If you're the vocalist, you're like, oh shit, I get to work with Soyu, right? Whereas if you're part of the rappers, you go, oh shit, I get to work with Sonny.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, they and it creates a really cool, interesting dynamic. The second mission, and we'll get into some of the specific performances that it spawned, but the second mission was an interesting dynamic because they have to work together, but they're competing. So like,
right. Which I thought was like the weirdest fucking thing to do, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it was this weird sense.
But yeah, you go ahead.
I liked it, but here's where it hurt me. Right? Is when it got to the certain matchups, right? And it wasn't you pick your matchup kind of thing, which is what the guys thought initially. It was we pick your matchup for you, right? And the number 1, number 4 thing. I got that, right? Really strong vocalist, really strong performer. Let's see if they can meld, but let's also see who's better, That one made sense to me. But then you get to Juhoon and Shotgun, and I'm like, why would you do that? and I must say, putting them together was amazing, as you pointed out, because we were both talking about what our favorite performances were before we started recording, and you were like, oh, it was Shotgun for you, wasn't it? I was like, no, and you were like, well, how can it not be? Like, and then, like, I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, yeah, this was an amazing duo performance. But I had to bring up that solo performance by Hyun. I can't even think of his name right now. Kihun. 'Cause, oh my god, it was so amazing. But they worked together because they have known each other for so long. They've been in the underground rap scene with each other, which is also something else that they've talked about in the show. When you like talk about people talking about their backgrounds, because Joohoon talks about being in that underground rap scene with Mino from Winner,
his cousin.
Yeah.
And like growing up with no dad, and like all like his like upbringing, and having to like make money with his family, and it's like it's so cool. But yeah, as you were saying,
yeah. But like for them, it was easy for them to work together, of course. And I think what they really should have did was do a more melding of styles, like put a rapper with a singer, you know, like and do all this, because they kind of just matched it up as like rappers versus rappers, singers versus singers, the visual versus the visuals, like. You know, but in that very first matchup, you put a performer versus a visual person versus a vocalist, right? Yeah. Like that's how you should have did it the whole way down the list to me.
But then again, then they performed, and then they performed. I was like, and when they said that the song that they were picking, I was actually kind of they piqued my interest because they were doing "Bang Bang Bang" by all them like popular chicks that are in pop music that we don't give a shit about. That song, which we had seen a fantastic performance by Hyonin and Ailey, but by dudes, intrigued me, especially college vocalists. But that turned out to be a huge letdown.
Yeah. Hold on. Like, hold on. I just had to pause what I was watching. As soon as I saw their costumes, I was like, this dude looks like GD and the other dude looks like a reject from a fucking Charlie Chaplin video. Like, what happened even in their costume choices? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you figure something out, I'll figure something out. It's like, whatever.
We're so separate. And like, they just never at all, like...
It was just so like, I was just sitting there like,
Like, they never looked at each other. Like, they hardly, like, looked at each other. Like, there was just no mix.
And K.Will was pissed. K.Will's face is like... He just had this look like he was really going to kill somebody.
Disappointed. Yeah, he was so mad.
Like, really?
He looked like he had been building them. It looked like he had been building them up before they got out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, these two are about to come out here, guys. I'm telling you, they're really good. They're exceptional. I'm telling you, right? And then they performed, and everybody looking at him like, what was that?
He looked like he was going to take his belt out. Like,
but yeah, no
F. But yeah, Joohoon and Shotgun. And I was showing the video of that just because it was such an exceptional performance. Joohoon and Shotgun worked well together. And I definitely, I understand what you're talking about. I think that could be something that they do going forward, in the different kind of pairing up, concept, or even kind of in a group concept, in a group, game thing going. They just kind of wanted to do this, and for this particular, and it did give us Joohoon, and Shotgun, going against each other, and they even kind of said, it's like, you know what, we're just gonna go all out, like we're gonna put out the best performance we can, and you guys, it's up to you guys to pick, and one of us will win, one of us will like face elimination, quote unquote. Yeah, you're gonna eliminate Shotgun.
Right.
Like, they're gonna eliminate Shotgun.
If they eliminate Shotgun, I'm done. I'm kind of out. Like even the other two who couldn't work well together, right? In their individuals, they showed amazing individual talent that could be honed, right? And working together, they didn't work together really well, but I don't think that is a great showing of who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because
it is something to be told, because at the end of this show, we're going to get a group.
Right.
Like we got with Who Next. So that is something that could be important, working with one other person, if you're going to say be the creative force behind the group, or if you want to step up in that regard, or just on the level of having to coordinate with other singers and artists, is important. And this group has to have both Juhan and Sharpgun in it. Like, it's just either that or both of these need to be somewhere making things and doing and like in working together, and like like they're gonna do the group. I want the subunit to exist even before the group starts. Like. That
was in my mind too. Like I'm already making subunits.
Like this is the subunit. Go ahead and just start with these guys. We can work on the group for a little bit. Just go ahead and put these guys on a record together, some singles. I'm in. Like just go wild out. And like, oh, it's so fantastic. And they had some really other great performances. Like the other two vocalists, the number 11, number 12 combo, the ones that were number 11, number 12, they like said, all right, you know what? I love that they kind of came in with the mentality of like, they got nothing to lose. So like, well, all we can do is get better. Like all we can do is go up. So let's just kind of put together a really good performance, shined on together so that, one of us will win, one of us will get a really good chance, and one of us will put ourselves in the, like, I think that was the best mindscape that a couple of the groups finally realized what was the point, was that if you just do really good as a duo and both shine, one of you win, one of you will lose, but the one that loses can be happy for the winner and probably leaves the judges with a positive image of them, even if there is an elimination mission going forward. It benefits from everything. And that's what the 11 and 12 guys did. It was like, you know what? We're just going to work together. We're just going to do it. And they put together a really fun performance.
They did.
Like once they kind of teased that they were going to conflict a little before, but then they kind of went back to them and realized, oh wait, they started to click. They started to find where they found common ground. They got outside help. It was like, okay, what will work for both of us? And they put together a really fun performance. And then we did find out from this, we have only gotten the winner from the rap side of things
so far, because there's still another set of performances I think we're supposed to see.
Yeah, so we know Juhan was deemed the best rapper. Here's the number 11, number 12 guys who did a fantastic job. So much fun. We know Juhan was voted the best rapper. So, do you?
Yeah, because even in his solo, he fucking he came out really, really aggressive.
Yeah, so cool. And him dropping the money.
Yeah. I also, because I was just looking at their duo performance, I love that part where they they kind of walk away. And Sonny is ready to pick up a mic, and they're like, "We ain't done yet." And he's just like, "I love this." Fucking Sonny, I love this.
he's like so happy. Sonny could not be happier than that. It's like, yeah. It was so. You can see how much fun it was. But yeah. Now, what do you think? What could you predict for the vocalist side of things? We haven't seen all the performances.
Yeah.
But what could you read from the tea leaves? Who do you think could impress?
Like you said, the number 11, number 12 was really, really exceptional. And I'm not super familiar with all the guys yet. Yeah. But they're, I thought going in, I kind of knew who the top vocalist was going to be, but I think it's still kind of really open because, like you said, some people went out with a really great mindset of, let's work together, let's show our thing. But there's people out there who just so clash,
The dude that broke the mic. I just remember the point where they got all excited and they jump on each other and they break the microphone. It's like, he broke the microphone, god damn it. But yeah, it was like, They're going to be some interesting clash of styles. I think the one to look forward to is Chunky Face Dude, the one that was 12 before the solo performances, but that like really put himself up above.
Yeah.
Like I think it's going to be interesting to see their performance, because it's going to be the guy, that really impressed vocally, and the guy that did not impress at all solo wise.
Yeah, the little squeaky voice kid.
Yeah, it's like, and we'll have to see if they meld well, because I know that they were teasing like them conflicting on kind of what they will do, like what they will lean is like somebody that lends itself to one vocalist or something that lends itself to the other. So, obviously it's going to be kind of the thing, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see who the vocalists are. Who are your front runners now so far? There's only 4 episodes in. It's hard to really judge it, everything, but who are your front runners so far?
The vocalist that I pointed out, I really like him. I really like Suwon, the kind of top performer.
Yeah, Shanu.
Yeah. Of course, I love fucking Woony and fucking Shotgun.
Yeah. It's Shotgun. Shotgun. like him putting up the hashtags. It's like which is kind of worried me that he was going to be hashtag gun, like just by reading it. But then hearing him say shotgun, it's like, oh, okay, I'll take that sharp gun. I'm cool with that. I think so far, yeah.
And I don't know. I can't really think of anyone else.
I think looking into the possible final group, I don't know if they've decided how many people are going to be in the final group.
Right.
But looking at the final group, I think until they take over, until anybody else takes over the other 2 rappers, or the other rapper, once they eliminate one after this mission, I think I'm fairly locked in on Juhan and Sharpgun being the 2 rappers for the group.
Right.
And then
because that's the general consensus of the group, of kind of the group dynamic now, is 2 rappers.
Yeah. So, them 2 being the rappers. I think Kihyun is still good enough so that I think he's one of my front runners for being kind of the main vocalist, or I can't remember which is the official title for like the one that gets all the solos and stuff. Like, which one's Taehyun's title? The main vocalist. Shanu. Again, those 2, yeah, they had this tough performance in the duo performance, but they still had such a skill that they're ahead. There's several vocalists outside of those core 4 that are really talented, but I still have to see something where I think they would fit into this final group that I'm imagining.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking of it as like 5 or 6 guys at the end.
Yeah,
that are a group and are a full, complete group with people fitting different roles. Talents wise, so
right, because I mean, there's going to be vocal, rap, and visual.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to see going forward. We still got episode 5. We're gonna see some of the vocalists, and I'm gonna have to judge them based on how well they will survive throughout the show and how well they will fit in the final group that I'm imagining. So yeah, No.Mercy. I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna try to make sure I get a chance to check out. I keep saying this, but I gotta get around to doing it. Show me the money, because I want to see Kitty Boy, and I want to experience finally experience Master Wu and that's No in its original habitat. That's no.
That's no.
Yeah. But yeah, No Mercy. Go check it out. It's available on 1DK. They have a playlist of all the episodes that they're maintaining, which is great.
Well, there's a playlist of all the like things leading up, all the little matches that they made for the group. It's a bunch of stuff, but the episodes are in there. You just got to kind of look at the titles. Like, don't just play the playlist, or you're going to be really fucking confused.
Just know that you start with episode 1, and then you're going to get the episode, the teaser for the next episode, and then the Docs Patch, which is actually. Did you check out the Docs Patch? The little like variety show-esque thingies that they behind the scene.
I haven't checked that out. I may have to check that out.
Yeah, they do for every episode. They do a little like cute YouTube episode thing where they get requests from the fans for things of the group to do. So sometimes they're games. Sometimes, like, they're games with punishment. Sometimes one of the episodes is just mukbang. It's just like the fans, I want to watch them eat. So they fed them a shit ton of food and had them eat. And then they created games where the loser had to eat a whole pizza by himself. and Juhan lost, so he had to sit there and eat a whole big pizza by himself. And, like, everybody left. And then at some point, it's just sitting there by himself in a dark dance practice studio, eating pizza. All sad.
I'm gonna have to watch those.
Yeah, they're fun. They're short. They're not too long. They're short, but they're fun. Like there's your. If you want to see those personalities in a more, if you were missing the variety show fun, that and love from Korea. It's in there.
Yeah. Also, if you want to like kind of know a little bit more about kind of them and their pairings and stuff like that, like watch the Who Are Yous too. That's hard to say. Because it kind of gives you a little insight to the guys and stuff like that. And it's just a really fun show, and a lot of them, not all of them. I will say that, like, as we learned, I'm going to pick my ones that just need to automatically go home. I just don't know all the names exactly yet. But a lot of them have really, really interesting, fun personalities, especially like we said. And it's not just because me and Petey kind of like, the Korean rap thing, but Shotgun and Johnny, like, have really fun personalities, and they know how to play off of each other really well. Which is just a really good thing for a group overall if you have these people that kind of know how to play off of each other and can do stuff like that. And like you said, they could make a really good sub-rap unit.
That sub-unit, though. No Mercy.
Yeah.
Sub-unit. Like, I'm so looking forward to that. But yeah, go check out No Mercy. It's on 1DK, on Mnet if you have Mnet. I imagine it airs on Mnet America, I assume?
Yeah, I'm going to assume. We're going to make assumptions.
We're going to make assumptions with no basis in facts, which is what the internet is about. But yeah, go check it out. No Mercy. It's a really fun variety show, and you should check it out. But that's it. Another fun episode of Hallyujuku in the can.
Definitely.
So, Kaz, what do you got going on in your world?
Coming into the new year, if people want to go check it out, I hosted with good friend Roberto Villegas the 2014 Chat Room Awards. You can go check it out on the Chat Room YouTube channel or go over to chatroom.us.
Chatroom.us/awards.
Yeah, probably still there. It was a lot of fun. We just got to have a lot of fun and give out silly awards. And
Drew and Kaz and Demon 5 and Drew and Demon 5 and I had fun trolling the hell out of it. I think one of my favorite things is the fact that we basically turned OMG Chad, our good friend and somebody who we enjoy, into the John Cena of chat realm. It's like, boo, Cena sucks. Yeah. Like, just all in good fun though, because it's our tradition. It's the tradition. Mm-hmm. Every year we have the chat room awards, and every year a few of us curmudgeons troll the shit out of it, and
it's our roots, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the go back home,
Yes.
like, and go have fun and show our ass, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
like kind of get to show the kids over there, like, what you got to live up to.
Yes. But yeah, and I do have to thank anybody who actually did. I know that I assume people out there actually voted for the record breakers on like awards and things, and it wasn't just me voting over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that. Obviously, we never were gonna win, just because things. But the fact that people were still out there and actually kind of rooting for us and showed us some love that night and was really cool. And I hopefully we can come close to contending next year. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, go check that out. Check us out here. Check out all the other things on this network. Hallyujuku, there's the name. Kpoppodcast.com. You want an easy way to share it with your friends. It's easy thing to tell, easy thing to remember. Hallyujuku on all the things, iTunes, Stitcher, on Twitter. Like, share, subscribe. That's it. Give us reviews. Do the things.
Yeah.
Until next time. Hasta los huevos.
Bye bye.
Annyeong.
Annyeong.
Fighting!